I never wanted to move into the Blackwood house. From the moment I first saw it, that decrepit Victorian with its peeling paint and sagging porch, something about it felt wrong. But after my divorce, with my savings depleted by legal fees, the absurdly low rent was impossible to refuse. The landlord, Mr. Harmon, was oddly insistent that I take it. "It's perfect for you," he kept saying, his smile never quite reaching his eyes. "Just one rule. The basement stays locked. Old foundation issues. Not safe." He handed me every key except that one. The first week was uneventful. I attributed the occasional scratching sounds in the walls to mice. The persistent musty smell despite my cleaning, I blamed on the house's age. The cold spots in certain hallways seemed like poor insulation. It was on the 8th night that I first heard it, a soft humming coming from beneath my bedroom floor. A lullaby, distorted and off-key. I convinced myself it was pipes or the wind. The next morning, I found my kitchen rearranged. Nothing missing, just different. The mugs that had been on the left shelf were now on the right. The chairs were pulled out slightly from the table. When I mentioned it to my sister on the phone, she laughed. "You probably did it yourself and forgot. You've been so stressed lately." Maybe she was right. 3 days later, I came home from work to find wet footprints leading from the bathroom to the basement door. Small footprints like a child's. I followed them, heart pounding, only to find them stopping abruptly at the locked door. The wood around the lock was damp. That night, I heard crying. Not the humming from before, but soft, muffled sobs that seemed to rise through the floorboards. I buried my head under my pillow until morning. I called Mr. Harmon the next day. "Is there someone living in the basement?" I demanded. His silence lasted too long. "Of course not," he finally said. "That's ridiculous." "Then you won't mind if I break the lock and check for myself?" "Your lease specifically prohibits that," he snapped. "I'll be by tomorrow to check on things." He never came. Instead, that night I found a child's drawing slipped under my bedroom door. Crude crayon figures, a small one with long black hair and a taller one that I assumed was meant to be me. Between us was a red door. On the back, in shaky handwriting, "Please open it." I didn't sleep. I sat against my bedroom wall, clutching a kitchen knife, listening to the humming grow louder, then softer, then louder again. In the morning, determined to end this, I took a hammer to the basement lock. It took 20 minutes of pounding before it finally gave way. The door swung open to reveal a steep staircase descending into darkness. The smell hit me first. Damp earth and something else. Something sickly sweet and rotting. I flicked the light switch, but nothing happened. Using my phone's flashlight, I began my descent. The basement was larger than I expected, extending well beyond the house's foundation. The walls were rough stone, glistening with moisture. Old furniture was stacked against one wall, chairs, a table, a small bed frame. Children's toys were scattered across the dirt floor, all of them decades old and caked with grime. In the center of the room was a well, not the decorative kind you'd see in gardens, but a true well, a dark hole cut deep into the earth, its stone rim worn smooth by time. A soft glow emanated from within. I approached it slowly, my body screaming at me to turn back. Leaning over the edge, I shined my light down. The well wasn't deep, perhaps 15 feet, and it didn't contain water. Instead, at the bottom, sat a child. A girl, no more than 8, with long black hair that obscured her face. She wore a white nightgown, yellowed with age and dirt. She didn't look up at my light. "Hello?" my voice echoed. "Are you okay? I'm going to get help." Slowly, she raised her head. Where her face should have been was only smooth, blank skin. No eyes, no nose, no mouth. Yet somehow, I heard her voice clearly in my mind. "You're not the first," she said. "They always run away. But Mr. Harmon brings someone new, always someone alone, someone no one will miss." I stumbled backward, dropping my phone into the well. In the final flash of light before it went dark, I saw the girl begin to climb the well's wall, her movements jerky and inhuman. I ran for the stairs, but the basement door slammed shut before I could reach it. In the darkness, I heard wet footsteps approaching. He needs someone to take his place, the voice said in my mind. He's been down here so long, decades, and I've been here even longer. I'm writing this on my phone, which I recovered after what happened. The battery is at 3%. Mr. Harmon came by this morning, smiling when he saw me. "You look well rested," he said. "I think this house suits you perfectly." I agreed. What else could I do? The girl is quiet now. She doesn't need to hum anymore. I do it for her. And soon, someone new will move in upstairs. Someone alone. Someone no one will miss. And I'll wait in the well. If this story sent chills down your spine, you're not alone. There are thousands of houses like the Blackwood across the country, with secrets buried deep beneath them. Have you ever experienced unexplained noises in your home? Rearranged items you don't remember moving? Perhaps you're not as alone as you think. For more terrifying tales that will keep you up at night, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our weekly uploads of true horror stories from around the world. And if you have your own unexplained experience to share, leave it in the comments below. Maybe your story will be featured next. Just remember, some doors are locked for a reason. And if you ever find yourself looking at a suspiciously affordable Victorian with a landlord who won't let you see the basement, run. Sleep tight, and we'll see you in the next nightmare.